Hey, hello, lovelies. Welcome to Be So Light. I am Priestess Makala, known as Felicia, known as Niana. Those are my birth name and medicine names. I don't know where to start off at with today. Today, I'm feeling like there's been so much white noise, static sounds, and last night was really weird because I just finished a medicine bath. I got up and I was in the bed and I was putzing around, writing some notes down, and kind of trying to get my thoughts together and all that stuff. I kid you not. And let me know if you've heard this. So I hear the static sound. Like right now it's a low white noise sound. It's like frequency, just white noise. Just a very low one. Um, but last night I was really hearing the white noise sound. And then I started hearing like these, like a kind of like muddled voices that were kind of like in the distance, but there was nobody out in the parking lot. It was really late last night. And I was like, what the hell is that? And it's kind of like, it reminded me of when you're finished with Sundance, you're wide open. And when you come home from ceremony, everything you're like your heightened senses, your smell, your sight, your hearing is like heightened, like super heightened, and you can hear conversation down the road. That's what it reminded me of. And I said, wow, I'm really hearing like these voices and in the distance, and they were like, it wasn't clear, it was just kind of muddled. And I was just like, wow, listen to that, that's crazy. So, and then all of a sudden it just kind of like faded and it stopped. And I said, it must have been a timeline thing, how it just kind of morphs through and does this. And so I was just kind of like listening to that and I felt into that. And then after we did medicine ceremony this morning, I was just like, okay, we have to go do some running around. So I really, after I have ceremony, I really don't want to go out, but because some of the things we need to take care of, it required us to go out today. So I was just in this thing of, okay, I'm sending out love unconditionally. And, love unconditional, it simply means this: you don't have any judgment, no expectations, no conditions tied to it. So, this is for people who like to always um, do things and they say they're doing it from a loving point of view, but they're really not. They got conditions tied into what they're doing for you. So those type of energies you have to be aware of because that's not a love energy, that's a condition. That's, oh, we're going to do this for you and give you this, but you have to do this for us. That's right up there with people in Hollywood. That's right up there with people signing contracts for records, what they have to do in order to get that record to be number one, or the things that they have to um, step into, you know? So when we start putting conditions on, when you're helping someone and you put a condition on it, oh, I'll give you this, or I'll help you with this if you do this for me. Is that really love? Is that really coming from a love space? And then there's some people that do certain things just so they can get an outward attention for it to feel glorified, the glorified appreciation. And I know a lot of people that are like that. Anyway, sending that love out for healing is is something that the world really needs right now, because love is the cure for that. And I think with all the stuff that's happening right now, there's so much energy of what way to go, what's happening, and everybody's in this displacement. And so I've really been focusing in on the purple spiral light and really working with my spiral light with that. Right now, I'm really excited about the spiral light elixirs and a new way to get them to clients and to work with them now. And I love this. And the first person I did it with, she's all the way in Sweden. So I did it with her, and it was she was just like, "Man, I feel like I'm drunk." And I said, "Well, you have at least 12 to 13 crystals I just sent over to you." She goes, "Oh my God, this is so good." So that's that gift in itself, and I'm loving it. Um, it's just such a beautiful thing to know that this work that I do is getting easier and easier to do it. And I feel like this. I think people in the long run will start finding out because we're in the fifth dimension and moving into sixth dimensional energy. And what's going to be required of us is, can you do things on a frequency level? Can you be such what we call in Sundance hollow bones to be a transmitter, to be a transformer, to be a transmuter? Game on, isn't it? To be able to do those things. Yes, yes, please. Anyway, these are some of those things that are going to be coming through. So I'm looking at everything energetic wise, how the energy was so heavy today, and the frequency. And it's interesting when I was walking out and I was going to the stores, it was kind of like that energy where it kind of makes your mind confused, where you can't think right or whatever. And it's really not even about that. It's about the frequencies that's being emitted through the air. Then we have all the sun emissions happening. So there's a lot going on right now. So oil up, make sure you take care of yourself really well, and just take care of you and try not to be involved in all this shenanigans. Now, someone asked me if I was going to do any voting today, and I'm like, no, not voting for anything. And I said, well, if you don't put your vote in, how are you going to change it? I said, you know, it's like this. How many times what's the definition of insanity? Keep doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. Thank you, Spirit. That's exactly what I wanted to say, and that you made it so much easier. Let me say that again. Someone asked me if I was going to do voting, if I was going to vote. And I said, hell no. I'm in fifth and I work fifth and sixth dimensional energy. That's not there. I don't need somebody reigning over me. We've already tried all that. And where's it gotten us? And what's the definition of insanity? To keep doing the same stupid thing over and over, expecting different results. So if you go do the same thing, mail in or standing in a line, check, 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 expecting different results. Really? Have we not learned this lesson? Why do we have to keep giving people that energy, that power? I'm not voting for shit. I don't. For what? Think about it. What has tell me something really good that has ever come out of doing that system. Tell me. Tell me what have we achieved from doing that? Because so far everything right now doesn't look very good. It looks like a bona fide over actors, over dramatized lies. So no, I don't have time. I'm not going to waste my time doing something like that. Why would I do that? It makes no sense. I'd rather keep my frequency up and, I don't know, have a nice cup of hot chai like I'm drinking right now. That's what I would rather do. Why would I want to put my energy on a contract? That's an old timeline. I don't want to do that. I don't want to etch or put my energy in a stitch of time like that. And then the person tell me, so well, if you don't vote, then how are we going to ever bring about change? Yeah. How about this? Nobody goes out and votes. That'll bring about big ass change. Nobody does shit. Be like the movie The Invasion. Don't have no emotion. Don't do nothing. Don't step out and do anything. How about we just take care of each other? How about that? How about we start righting the wrongs with each other? How about that? How about just healing that? How about just opening up the heart and coming from a place of unconditional love, and everybody stands in their truth of that? How about that? Are we ready to do that? There's something that keeps coming through, and I'm hearing this whooshing sound. It's not my blood or anything like that. Somebody's like, that's your blood pressure. No, this is like an echo sound coming from the cosmos. And I keep seeing this big image, and I hear the voice, and it's a woman's voice. It's a female voice that I'm hearing. And it is so profound when I hear it because it's like, wow, she is coming. Big Mama. Big Mama is coming. And this is what I keep hearing. I keep hearing these words. Big Mama is coming. She knows what debt is owed. Big Mama is coming. She knows when a debt is owed. Look at that. All the wrong that's been done to people is getting ready to be payday. So, but in a way of such a high frequency to create the shift. And one of the things I'm really grateful for is with my spiral light and stuff. I'm on a whole different level. There are things if you were to ask me 2, 3 years ago if I could do what I am now doing today, I would have said, what the hell are you talking about? But now to be able to do what I do now and what I can do and be assistance of, and my team and I can bring that energy in, it's pretty good. Yep. So I like it. And I'm going to put it all in my book. I'm going to put it right there. But to love unconditionally and forgiving no matter what, just forgiving it and loving yourself. I think what I really learned today in the lesson with Puma today was really interesting. Um, when we're loving ourselves, we can create the healing in everyone else, but we have to start with ourselves. We have to start with the respecting of ourselves, the love of ourselves. And I think within that, that's where you find healing. I really feel sorry for people who hang on to so much heavy grudge and hate and judgment and negative talk about people, and they just live in that energy and they gossip and all that stuff, and tarnishing. I call it tarnishing people's names and tarnishing, bringing things out. And sometimes you have to talk about the truth of something if the person has really done something wrongly that's just not okay and bring awareness to it, that's a different thing. But when you just have people that just they hang on to all that negativity and they expect like the star tarot card, they have an expectation and they expect people to either bow down to them or um, make great apologies to them so they can walk around and feel good so they don't ever have to look at their stuff. This eclipse is just the beginning of what's going to be coming when we get to the full moon. And it's going to keep building its climax energy. It's going to keep building up. So I find this very interesting. I find it like, wow, this is really going to push a lot of people. And this is creating that energy. I can't believe we're like in the last freaking week, the last week almost of the month. Where'd the time go? But just think about this. It's really going to be you know, pushing us out of our comfort zone and having us look and reflect on things. And yeah, debt is owed. There is an energetic debt of anything that it has been inorganic, doing anything that's been hurting people. Um, Payday is definitely here. So I just sit back and I watch, and there's just some things you got to watch. Oh yeah, and pay attention to as far as you're going up in your own energy and everything, your frequency and what your gifts are and what you're doing. I am seeing people metamorphosizing in front of me, like morphing, I should say, morphing in front of me. And I'm like, what the hell? In my mind, I'm like, what the hell are you? Just like, and I'm like, where are you from? Let's scan that. So I am seeing some things, and one thing I know for a fact, if they are a low frequency person, they're into negative things, superiority energy like that, and negative towards other race of people for no reason. Um, that energy comes up and it morphs out of them. I'm like, oh my God, this is terrible. You can see, I can see your hidden way of being. And some of them, some of the morphing I'm seeing, it kind of shocks me because I would never think that that person would have that energy on them. And then I see it and I'm like, ooh, wow. Mm, mm, all right. So just pay attention to that. You're going to be seeing things like that. And it's not, you're not losing your mind or nothing. It's because certain timelines, where that person is on that timeline, will match that frequency at that moment, and you will see that. And I'm like, whoa, crazy, crazy as a morph. So just know that. Um, but yeah, pay attention how your other gifts are coming up and how you're going to show up and be of service for others. What is your purpose? What is that for you? What does it look like for you? Um, and if you were to step fully into your purpose while you're on this planet and to do what you're doing, what does that look like? What does it feel like? Does it make you happy? Does it make you sad? Does it make you scared? What does it look like? Does it make you feel like, oh, hell no, I don't want to do that? Does it make you feel like you want to hide yourself? What does it look like for you? So, anyway, I'm going to get going, and I just wanted to come on here and just kind of express that and Talk about that. What is going on? That white noise sound. And it's more predominant at nighttime. I hear it the most at night. And it's just really interesting at nighttime. It's interesting. All right, lovelies, be good to yourself. Thank you for tuning in to Be So Light. And that's a wrap for this discussion right now. Be good to yourselves. Be that love that you want to see and emit out into the world with no conditions, no type of judgment to it, and no expectations to it. Just simply just be that love. All right. And that is a wrap. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye.